What is up, listeners? We're back for another podcast with D Future. This guy is dropping bars, spitting hard. We've got him on the podcast today. D Future, kick it off. Introduce yourself. Let the listeners know who you are and what you're about. Over to you.
Yeah, what's up, Chet, man? Salute to everybody listening, man. D Future, battle rapper, hip hop artist, an entrepreneur. Grind hard, never sleep is the brand, man. And yeah, I'm just happy to be on the show.
That's awesome, D. So let's start from the beginning. Like, give us a bit of a background of yourself. You know, older listeners, they love pumping up your tunes. Um, you know, get them like tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, where did it all begin for you?
For me, man, well, it began in New York. I'm originally from New York. I was a kid in the '90s era. So, being in Brooklyn during the time when Jay-Z's going crazy, Nas is going crazy, Mobb Deep, et cetera, is going crazy, I fell in love with hip hop early. And I ended up moving, my family moved to South Carolina when I was, say, 12 or 13 permanently. We moved here. So then my teenage years began in the South all of a sudden, and I'm in the country, and I can't walk anywhere. There's no store up the street, like,
Oh
and
wow,
so
that would have been
um,
crazy. Yeah.
crazy, culture shock, and then now this is the 2000s, and I'm hearing and the South got something to say, like Outkast said. So now you got Lil Wayne and T.I. and Young Jeezy and this whole era. So then that's when I really wanted to actually do it. Is when I got down south, I started writing a little bit in the notebook, ain't telling nobody, just just doodling, and then one day I was around 16, my cousin just doing a random cipher, all the cousins around, and I'm like, I can rap. And he was like, get out of here, because I'm real monotone and quiet and laid back. So like, I was like, I can rap. So they was like, get out of here. All right, so rap. So I freestyled, and they was like speechless, and like getting that gratification from them is what like made me say, okay, I really want to do this. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of backstory of like how I got into it, and then I always loved the competitive side, so that's how I got into battle rap. Like I've come from the high school, the lunch tables, beating on the table, your best verse against the guy that's supposed to be the hottest in the city, and meeting at recess and after school, or apartment complexes, like meeting up, rapping, putting some money on the floor. I'm the best from the city, and so that's how I got into battle rap, and just the whole. I love the whole sphere of hip hop. So like all the elements, man, and the competitive side is one of my biggest ones, and you know what I'm saying. So I love the pen. I love the writing, and making words do things they not supposed to do. So yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
That is super deep. I want to dig into that a little bit more. So, just tell us how you felt. You know, when those folks said, you know, show us. Like you said, you can rap, throw it down. Like, what did you rap? Can you remember what you rapped? How did you feel? Tell us about that.
I cannot remember what I rapped because it was just on the spot, a random freestyle. Like I hadn't memorized none of the stuff I written. I was just writing. So, I kind of put myself on the spot by saying I could rap and not having no raps ready. You know what I'm saying? So then
Yeah.
so it was kind of nervous too, because this is your family. Like this is the people closest to you. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, it makes it harder, doesn't it?
yeah, and it's like if you get turned down by them,
Yeah.
I probably would never have wanted to rap for a stranger.
Yeah.
So it was like pivotal when I think about it. Like,
Yeah.
imagine my cousin saying, "Dude, that was horrible," or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I probably, it might have shut me down. You know what I'm saying? But that was the feeling though of like, a split second. Like now I'm on the spot. Okay, well, we done said it now. Let's go. And I freestyled, and they loved it. And the rest is history.
You know what? It's like the biggest thing getting validation from your family. It like just supercharges you. So like what happened after that? You know, what did you do? Did you, whip out the pen more? Did you
Yeah.
start buying equipment? Did you, tell us all
Yeah.
about that.
So after that is when I like really started writing more and learning more. And then where I'm from, I'm from a very small town called Lugoff, South Carolina. So there's no studio, there's no bar, there's no club, none of that. Everything is at least 30 minutes away, minimum. So it was all about just the competing. That's where the battle rap came in, where all I could do was say I was the best rapper and rap against everybody else who said they was the best rapper. Because we had nowhere to record. You know what I'm saying? We had nowhere to put
Right.
music down. So it was just us throwing beats on, rapping, battling. So my name kind of got started from the battle side of things. And once I got, I would say 17, senior year, I did ended up getting some really, really cheap equipment. The USB mic that you could plug into the directly into the laptop.
So
And
cool.
yeah, so and then that's
Yeah.
when the era of like LimeWire and we were stealing everything, just downloading.
Yeah.
So I was downloading all the Lil Wayne instrumentals, all the T.I. instrumentals, all the Jay-Z instrumentals. And so I would start writing and rapping and making songs that way just to have something to play for people, when I said I rap, and then I went to college, and then that's where actually got my first like being around an engineer. But even that was just a engineer in the college dorm room. But he had a nice setup in the dorm room though. But that's when I started like making music and putting music out, putting mixtapes out. I'm from that era of mixtapes, man. I got so much music I can't even access anymore because of all the mixtapes like kind of got erased from Earth. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was during that era putting out a lot of mixtapes and uh after the mixtapes and putting music out, I still was just in this small town though. It's sometimes you're only as big as your environment, until the internet comes along and social media and that changes things. But like during that time, you know, and then I didn't have the knowledge either because there's not like other artists I could go and ask, how did you make it or, what's the blueprint? So it's just trial and error, trial and error. Let's try this. Let me try this. Let me make 100 CDs and go to the barbershop and see how that works out. Like it was that type of thing for a while. And then I heard about a battle league in South Carolina. And then that's kind of where things changed for me because I tried out and my very first battle, I slaughtered the guy. Like yeah,
Nice.
it was clear. It was like, okay, he's one of them. So then that league,
Nice.
that league brought me on as one of their official members, and that was Barbarian Rap League at the time. Um, and from there, that's where I started to get the exposure. That's when I started understanding YouTube. Like, cause I was always watching stuff on YouTube, but it just didn't click, like to actually use it as a tool, And once I seen like the battle leagues were dropping my battles and now I'm getting thousands of views and I'm like, comments and people following me and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is now I'm starting to put it together like this is how this works. And that's kind of where I'm at now, just a growth of that, of just that once that battle rap gave me the exposure, I was able to learn how to brand and how to market, and then I came out with the clothing line, and then it just continued to grow.
I fucking love that. And that's the thing, right? It's like just getting in that grind, following your passion. If there was one artist that just like you just play the records all the time that really inspired you, who would that be?
Mm. You said when I'm like younger years because that's a That's a two-part question for me. Like a two-answer
Okay.
question, I'll say.
Okay.
Number one for me is Jay-Z. And uh like I said, I always love writing. You know what I'm saying? That was I was the guy that could do the 5 paragraph paper the day before class or right before I went into class and get an A. Like that, it was
Oh,
just
what? Where
yeah,
were
I
you
was
when
that
I was at school?
yeah,
I knew,
I was that guy. Like I wouldn't
that's so
study,
cool.
wouldn't I just could write. I just understood grammar and how words were supposed together. It just was a natural thing, you know. So um Jay-Z for me when I was younger, because of how witty he was and like how he would have it was that's when I first got introduced to double entendres and double meanings, triple meanings to one line, was listening to Jay-Z and just being a kid, a fan of the writing. I'm just like, maybe people not hearing what I'm hearing, but this is insane. Like he's saying a it sounds like a normal sentence, but he just said three different things. Like that type of stuff blew my mind. So definitely would have to be Jay-Z Young. Like that was the first guy that just blew my mind. And then teenage years for me would have to be Nipsey Hussle though. And just because of what he stood for, like his message, his brand, the so many innovative things he did in like the first person, like he sold a mixtape for $100. You know what I'm saying? Had the world's first smart store. Uh, was on cryptocurrency and all these type of things before, before it blew up and all that. He was giving the game out early, and he was showing how to market yourself, how to be a brand. And it was different from the other artists because they kind of hide those things. Like he was real out with it. And like, yo, I'm about to sell this mixtape for $100 and sold out. At this time, this is we selling mixtapes for $5, $10. If the right person come by at the right time, I might let them get it for $2. It was, so like wait, you gonna sell your mixtape, not even an album, a mixtape for $100? So he showed the power of independent and still that direct to consumer that we kind of let the streaming platforms take away from us. You know what I'm saying? So he showed us a new way and a blueprint. So definitely Nipsey Hussle. He was like my inspiration all through high school and college. It was just like I got to figure out how to be this big mogul and independent entrepreneur slash rapper slash 10 other hats. Like that was so yeah.
That is epic. Oh my god. And as you move through that, when you were starting to get a bit older, was it the same folks, or was there other folks that you know you
Yeah,
looked up
well, I
to?
mean, of course there was many others, I could go all day with a list of rappers that have influenced me in some kind of way. But I'll give you like my top five. Uh, I said Jay-Z, Nipsey Hussle, Lil Wayne, J. Cole. J. Cole was big, man, because he was so authentic. He showed like you didn't have to be the gangster rapper, he talked about substance and just different, just rap songs about depression and rap songs about, going through things with family members and losing loved ones and there's so many different topics and still made it, fire and you could bop to it and you could, so definitely J. Cole and then five, Tupac and for almost the same reason as J. Cole, but just on a bigger level. Like Pac was like a really real revolutionary. Like he said what he meant and he meant what he said and he stood on it. And just the different subject matters of how he related to, the struggles and the stories of, being in the hood and growing up poor and struggling, like, stuff that I can relate to and a lot of my family members and what we've been through can relate to. So like just stuff like Brenda's Got a Baby. Like who even thinks of a concept of something like that? And then just to see how it resonated and so many people could relate to those type of stories. So definitely Pac as well. That'll be my five.
What was your first? Did you do an album first? Did you do a single? Like what? Tell us a little bit about that. What was it called? Where can people find it? How did it all come about?
My first, well, I say my first project was a mixtape. You can't really get that now. But it was called I Should Have Been Your Feature. And it was basically like how Wayne would, drop a mixtape getting on everybody else's song.
Oh yeah.
So that was the same concept. I had a bunch of beats from like all the hot songs at that time, and it was I should have been your feature. So I wanted to kill a song, and hopefully whoever made that song heard it and be like, man, I should have had him on my record. So that was kind of like the concept of it, and it did real well, man. I sold a lot of copies. It really got my name going where I'm from. Like I said, it's a small city, but it got my name buzzing, and that was kind of my introduction to like, okay, he really a rapper. Like he ain't just. And so that would be the one that y'all can't go get. But if we talking right now, what's out? Uh, Bright as a Star was my first single, and a guy named Yashahan, man, super dope producer. He reached out to me, seen some of the freestyles I would drop on social media, and was like, man, I got a beat for you, man. I love for you to get on it. And it just had this crazy soulful sample for the hook, and the guy was singing "Bright as a Star," and I put a whole concept together with it, and every verse ends in they solar system for us to fail, but still on, and it'll go into bright as a star. Um, well, the whole line is taking up space, but how I plan it, watch the real grind. They solar system for us to fail, but still and it goes into bright as a star. So it was like a whole concept behind it, just dope lyrics. That was my first single that I dropped on all platforms. And yeah, and as far as to answer your question, that would be my first single. Yep.
Oh man, are you're just like doing a bit of a rap there, and I was just getting so intrigued. Just your voice is like super cool. You want to drop a few bars for some of the listeners right now?
Yeah, we could do some. I'll give y'all that verse since we there. I said, they tried to say I'm not the best. What are you smoking? This like lacing that blunt with crack. I am too potent. Can't sink when you this high. I keep floating. I really sleep on clouds. One of the few chosen. Deadly like the flu. You ain't immune. I'm the coldest round. Coronavirus. Sick enough to shut the city down. Masked up even with a gap, man, even got a bat, man. Why so serious, dog? Cause I don't joke or clown. I'm about my business. Don't borrow nothing, but I can lend it. Don't pay it back. The stock are raised with a lot of interest. Credit good. I'm certified in every hood. King of my city. I'm riding through it smoking backwoods. Say I'm doing too much. You ain't doing enough. Probably did more today than you doing a month taking up space, but how I plan it, watch the real grind. They solar system for us to fail, but still I'm bright as a star.
Yeah. I want to give them the opportunity to find more of your great stuff,
Yeah.
your tunes, your feelings. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I said I really the battle rap started taking off. Once I mentioned, I got that first battle rap really started to consume me because it became like a drug, like a high of being on that stage and competing and
Yeah,
I said I'm
it's
big. I love sports. Like I'm a competitor. So like that's my favorite part of rapping is that I want to be better than you. Like that. I just love that whole
love it.
demeanor of it. So battle rap kind of took off. So for years, uh, I dropped my last mixtape. It was called Art of Music. Man, I actually I actually just found that mixtape on one of my old Google Drives. So
What?
I may be,
What?
re-releasing that coming soon, man, because that was one of
Oh,
my,
that
man, it was an
is
amazing
awesome,
project.
bro.
Yeah, I was just one night, man, I was just up and I was looking for a photo and I'm like, man, I know I said this and it was an old photo, an old logo, and I'm like, man, where's this file? And so
Oh my
I'm like, well, let
God.
me check
Don't you love
this.
that?
Yeah, and I'm like, let me check this old Google Drive. And then the Art of Music cover pops up in the whole tracks, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? So I may be dropping that. But yeah, so battle rap kind of consumed me, and I wasn't putting out much music. I was just battling constantly because it was paying the bills at the time too, and it was giving me the exposure I needed for my brand, because for me my brand is bigger than me. I wanted to, you know, far surpassed me. So like it was really helping with the brand. I'm wearing my shirt in every battle. So if I'm getting 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 5,000 views, it's 5,000 people seeing the shirt. 5,000 possible customers and fans and supporters. Battle rap was really, it was like I kind of kept rolling with it but the time that it takes to battle is so time consuming that it's hard to do both. So I wasn't putting out music for a while, and then like I said, I put out "Bright as a Star." That was my first single on all streaming platforms. I put out "Bright as a Star" in 2022 ish, somewhere around there. It's been about 2, 3 years since I put that single out. Then I started, but this is the crazy thing. I was always putting out freestyles though. Like, so even though I wasn't dropping songs, like if you go on my Instagram, like you talk about how people can check me out. Like if you go on my Instagram or my Facebook or my TikTok at Real D Future, you're gonna see hundreds of freestyles because like through all the years I always drop free. I could one time I did a whole year of freestyling every other day, and
Oh wow.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have
yeah.
the fans pick the beat so that they knew I wrote it the same day. Like that would be I would have a poll. I'd be like, these are the four selections today, and then vote for which one, and then they vote for it, and then I'd write it that day and record it that day. And so that was a good way to get people engaged and just to see my skill level. So I got hundreds of freestyles. You can check me out all day. Um, so yeah, I was always doing that, but as far as like putting actual music out, this is where I'm back on that now. Like I'm still battle rapping. I got a battle coming in December, but I've learned how to balance it. Where I can battle rap and get time in the studio. So I've been putting out singles. I got 2 singles out now. Future Flows Part 1 and 2. They're on all platforms. Um, as well as Bright as a Star, as well as A Perfect Day. Perfect Day is a dope, laid back song. When you riding through the city with your lady, it's a perfect day to ride through the city. Definitely check that out. And I have this project actually titled GHNS coming next month. Don't have the official date yet because I want to secure this one last song, but it's definitely dropping next month. The whole project is done, just this one song. So I don't want to make an official date until that one song is done. But very soon it'll be done. And then it'll be dropping next month for sure. But I'm super excited about it. This is the artwork for it, the cover of it. Says GHNS, D Future on there. Do you see the guy? His head is the microphone. It's a guy rocking a microphone under the hoodie. So and that's basically what it is. Like my head is a microphone. I'm just raps. Like so, this project, man, I'm super excited about it. It's a soundtrack for hustlers. It's a soundtrack for entrepreneurs. It's something you want to listen to in the gym. It's like real motivational music for all entrepreneurs and people striving for something. Exactly what it is. Grind hard, never sleep. That's exactly what you should expect to hear when you hear this project. 12 songs, super dope. We'll be dropping next month, man. But as far as right now, Future Flows Part 1 and 2 is out at Real D Future on all platforms where you can see all my other content, man. I'm probably gonna drop a freestyle when I get off of here today. So yeah.
Everyone, go check that out. We'll put the links in the comments below. Smash the like button. But I want to now talk about your clothing brand, right? I can already see you in that hoodie, and you're looking fucking awesome. I want one of those goddamn hoodies. I
Oh,
want
I
my
got you.
head as the mic.
I
I want to
got you.
wear
I
it.
got you. I
Tell us
got
about
you.
the brand. I want to know everything about the brand. I want to know what it's called. I want to know where to go find it. I want to know all the sorts of things that I can go and buy. Tell me all about it.
Dope, dope. Okay, so Grind Hard Never Sleep, man. It's a brand. It's exactly what it sounds like. Grind hard and never sleep on yourself. This just it's for anybody
Love
that's
that.
striving for something. If you're striving for something, you grind hard, never sleep. It don't matter the pace, because as long as you don't quit, you never lose. So as long as you strive and you grind hard, never sleep, you still taking strides towards something. That's really was the concept of the brand. No, I'll take that back. That was not the concept of the brand originally. That is the concept of the brand as I made it a brand. But before it
Uh
was a
huh.
brand, before it became a brand, My Heart Never Sleep was actually my lifestyle. Like my real,
Nice.
when I talk about going to college and being able to record in a dorm studio for the first time. This is
Yeah.
where Grind Hard Never Sleep was birthed. It actually started with me saying it on songs. I would say it before every song, and it was
Yeah.
because not to get too much in detail, but my senior year in high school, I got in some legal trouble, and uh, I got kicked out of high school. But this is where I say, school and like learning and that like the school system was kind of easy for me, where I got kicked out of school, but I still had enough credits to graduate. Um, when I got kicked
Nice.
out of school, my mom's was like, "Yo, you got these scholarship offers, these school offers. You need to pick one before this news gets out." So I picked a random school off the table, off the letters I had. Picked a random school, just rushing like I'm good to school, and ended up being Charleston Southern in Charleston, South Carolina. And so now I'm in college. I have to do 10,000 hours of community service, um, and I have to work to support myself. This is my first time ever being on my own. 17-year-old kid, I'm on my own now, so I had to get a job as well, and I wanted to do music. So my schedule would be, 6 in the morning, get ready for school, go through school till, 3:30, 4-ish, be done with classes. Then it's go to work. And no, I take that back. It'd be go to community service first. I did community service with I can't remember the the company, but it was like mentoring kids with reading, and so I would do that for 2 hours, and then I would go to actual work, and then I would be getting off work around now it's midnight, 1 o'clock, but I still wanna. My whole day done went by, and I didn't get to chase my dream at all. I didn't get one attempt at my dream. I didn't spent my entire day. So now it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be up at 6, but I can either use this time and get in this studio, or I can just go to sleep and live this cycle of not chasing my dreams. So from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock, I'm in the studio. I take a 2 hour nap, and then I'm right back at it. And that would
Wow.
be my daily routine. The weekends
I
I'll
love
get
that.
in, 4 or 5 hours on the weekends.
Oh my god.
but I was, I still was, a 17-year-old kid. So I was partying too, like it's college.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's no, even when you got your weekends, it's not really a weekend.
A
I'm on a
weekend.
college campus. So like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on a college
Yeah.
campus for the first time with no mom, no dad, nobody to tell me no to
Yeah.
anything. Like, so,
Yeah.
it still was no sleep even when school was out. So that was my
Yeah.
lifestyle. That was every
I
day. And
love
I
that.
started saying that before the songs. Grind hard, never sleep. And people started gravitating to
Yeah.
that when I was putting the mixtapes out, the grind hard, never sleep. And then that's how it became a brand.
Love it. Love that so
Oh yeah,
much.
and
Holy
to get
fuck. That is
yeah,
so good.
to get the merch and anything from me, I really like to do a lot of personalized custom merch. Like if you go on the Grind Hard Never Sleep page, you'll see like I've done a lot of stuff where like fans will send me a shoe with a certain color pattern, and then I'll design a grind hard never sleep shirt to match the color of their shoe or the color of their hat or whatever they're looking for that day. So I really like to do that. I always have, your basic t-shirts, hoodies on hand, always. So, just DM me, and always can get you that. But yeah, that's where you can reach me at Real D Future or at Grind Hard Never Sleep on all platforms. Just send a DM and we can go from there. But yeah, the Grind Hard Never Sleep brand. Then I just dropped the ebook 2 months ago called Fuel for the Grind, and it's all about the brand as far as it embodies the brand, but it's a 30-day it's the word I'm looking for. A 30-day daily prompt. Every day it'll be day one and there'll be a quote. One of my rap lyrics. It'll be a quote of one of my rap lyrics. Then there'll be a
Ah, that's cool.
breakdown. It'll be a breakdown of the lyric. And then at the end, it'll give you a grind prompt, and it'll whatever
Haha,
for that
that is
day,
good.
it'll be like, name three things you overcame to, you had to overcame to get where you at. And so it'll cause you to reflect, cause you to, to be motivated for the next day. It might, one of the days might say challenging you to do something different today or something, and it's 30 days of that. And also there's exclusive songs in there too, that if when you get the ebook and you scan it, there's this QR code and you scan it, you get 4 exclusive songs. So yeah,
Well, that's dope. Where can they find that?
uh, at Real D Future, just follow me on all platforms. The link is the website is PayHip, but the direct link is on all my social medias.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's so I just want to go back again because we covered it a little bit too quickly. I want all the listeners to know where to find you and what your handle names are, what your TikToks are, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, yeah, just break it down, website, where your brand is again, or your Facebook, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. It's at Real D Future on all platforms. That's from TikTok to Instagram to Twitter to Facebook, YouTube. I think YouTube is Real D Future GHNS. So that might be the only one that's different. But at Real
Uh,
D Future on all platforms and at Grind Hard Never Sleep on all platforms too. So like you can, if you just
Boom.
into the merch or you just into the brand and you don't like me as an artist, follow the brand. At Grind Hard Never Sleep is on every platform.
And for the listeners, if you want to do collabs or anything like that, hit him up, right? Like, hey, if
For
you want to
sure.
learn, like, how did he grind? How did he get through? So, dear future, I just want to thank you so much for being on the Beats to Rap On podcast. It's
It
been
was
an
an honor, man.
it's been an honor having you on here, and we appreciate it. Any final words for your fans?
Yeah, man. Follow Beat the Rap on. Definitely want to leave them with that, man. This was a super dope conversation, man. I like the way you interview. You give artists room to talk and express, and then you listen and respond. a lot of, interviewers don't do that, so definitely appreciate your conversation, man. And yeah, man, just follow me on all platforms. Be on the lookout for GHNS. It is definitely dropping next month. Official date coming soon. Future Flows Part 1 and 2 is out now, and there's music videos for those on YouTube. So check that out. Yeah, man. Honored to be on the show,
Holy
man.
shit. I love that, man. So thanks very much for coming on again, Deep Future. And all the listeners, hit him up and have a great conversation. I'll check you on the next one.